The Stan Musial Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes iconic sports figures who exemplify the class, dignity, generosity, and integrity for which Stan the Man was known. It's the pinnacle honor we bestow tonight. Recipients of the award include names like Torre, Palmer, Joyner-Kersee, Comaneci, Aaron, Gretzky, Pujols, Bradley, and now Costas. Like those legends before him, Bob embodies the qualities the award celebrates. Appropriately, Bob Costas has been honored plenty for his broadcasting excellence, but this award goes beyond that. This is about how Bob has led his Hall of Fame career with class. It's about the respect he's shown for his craft and for the events and people he's covered. It's about his thoughtful perspective, his kindness, his approachability. It's also about his connection to St. Louis and Stan Musial. And now, as we prepare to present to Bob the highest award there is for sportsmanship, here is his longtime friend, Mr. Saturday Night, Billy Crystal.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Brad, if you're in the booth on 1, 2, 3, I'd like a standing ovation. Okay, can we do that? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll go back and I'll come back out. So nice to be here. Actually, it's just great to be anywhere. Yeah. But it's wonderful to be back in St. Louis. I'm not here very often. This is really, in my lifetime, the third time that I've been here. And I'll tell you why. The first time was a little awkward. It was in 1983. This was the year after the Cardinals won the World Series in 1982. And I was asked to perform at the Nights of the Cauliflower Ear, which was a big fundraiser. And I didn't know much about the evening, so I performed and told these funny stories about my bar mitzvah, which were not really resonating with the 5 priests and the bishop that were sitting on the dais. But then the next day, I'm asked to go to opening day, the Cardinals' opening day against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they asked me to go into the booth with the legendary Jack Buck. So he has no idea who I am, and honestly, either did I. And it's raining, and then there's a delay, and we're talking, making small talk. And I know he has no idea who I am, and it's very early in my career. And then the first pitch is about to happen, and then I make this story up. I say to him, Mr. Buck, you know, the great Mel Allen once told me, he was the Yankee announcer forever, that opening day after the team has won the World Series, if the first pitch was a ball, it was a bad omen. He looks at me and goes, gee, I hope not. Next pitch, Lee Lacy hits a home run. Mr. Buck puts his hand on the microphone and whispers to me, get out of the booth. So it took me 23 years later, when I came to help Bob out with his fundraising for the hospital, which he's done amazing work for, and I knew sadly Mr. Buck had passed away, but it was safe for me to come back to St. Louis. And now here I am tonight to honor this amazing guy, this incredible talent, Bob. It comes and goes sometimes, you know. But an amazing night to be a part of this incredible place and this beautiful theater. I found out the history of this theater, they told me right backstage, was years ago, 50 years ago, the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. performed right on this stage in a televised special that was hosted by Johnny Carson. And that the proceeds from that charity night went to a halfway house for ex-convicts, which is now called Congress. So, But we're here to honor a very special man, and he's been a very, very special part of my life. And whenever I've been in this position where I'm sitting there waiting for somebody to give me something, Bob has been there. And most recently, the highest honor of my career, getting the Kennedy Center honor last year, Bob presented that to me at the State Department. So when he called and said, "This one means a lot to me, would you be there?" I said, "Absolutely." He's an incredible broadcaster, and I've known him for so long. He's always broadcasting. Whenever you talk to him, he's always broadcasting. Whenever I speak to him, I feel like I'm on a post-game show. We went out to dinner last night. He starts announcing the menu. Leading off, Caesar salad, which reminds me of Caesar Geronimo, 4-time Gold Glover, one of the Cincinnati Reds. Followed by crab cakes. People don't know what that's the nickname umpires had for Albert Pujols. Here comes old crab cakes. It went on and on and on. But that's his genius. That's who he's been. And there's a motto in the program that the great Stan Musial said: if you're not going to give it your all, there's no sense in playing. Bob Costas has given us his all of these years, not only on screen, but in this town, as I've heard tonight, and reminded everybody about what a generous soul he is, what an important part of the fabric of American sports.